Hey everyone! Today we're jumping into the new weekly pack. And this weekly is a special weekly because you have this toy, the broom. It exists all game, you cannot get rid of it, and at the start of turn it removes all your pets and you gain gold. Plus 9. You gain the turn number plus 9 in gold. So you'll see how this all works. It's pretty interesting, but yeah, basically at the start of turn your team gets wiped. So I'm going to look at the pack real quick. If you don't want to see it, don't look. Skip ahead. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so looking at the pack, it's pretty interesting. I thought at first this was a randomly generated pack. I was like, okay, dragon scaling's going to rule the day, this and that. But how you look at packs in this weekly is totally different because it's all about tempo. It's all about switching stuff in real quick every round. So immediately turkey, wolf, macaque, they all kind of stand out and you'll see why. I'm just going to get into the run because as you saw in the thumbnail, we got a perfect run. And this was, I think, my third run after they fixed the whole toy issue in the beginning. When they first released the pack, the toy was not spawning, so you played games as normal. And I guess this lasted for about 25-30 minutes. I actually jumped into the pack about 20 minutes into it, and yeah, so I had one game you'll see at the end of this run, or at the very end of this video. One run where I had a normal game in this pack, and it was pretty interesting. I actually had like a meta run, so I felt really bad when I realized we were supposed to have this toy. Luckily, they fixed it up pretty quick, and we're in the game. So, sorry we didn't pay attention last turn. We'll pay attention this next one. It's all about tempo. If you can level pets up, it's good because it means more gold for next round. But you can see we ran a 4 squad there. Our whole team gets wiped. We get 22 gold, or plus 12 gold. So we have a lot of options to fill our team. One thing I really like is the Sphinx, because you get the magic carpet, and it gives you plus 1 attack on everything you're summoning. And you're resummoning your whole team every time. Lucky Cat, I would go a lot of times early in the round, because if you can level it up, that's just more gold, it's more stats. But the best units in this tier are Nightcrawler and Kangaroo. And I'm sorry the replay mode's being so buggy right now. It's usually not this bad. I don't know what's going on. 3 pets stack on top of each other. Alright, it'll straighten out here. So the summon units, because you're summoning so many units, so look at the stats that come out from these guys. 6 friends summon this turn, it's going to be 7 for this guy. So yeah, just look at the dominance of this initial setup. So if you're looking to run this weekly, the Nightcrawlers, the Kangaroos, I forgot what this guy's called. That tier 1's pretty good. That transforms into a rock, gives health. Dumbo Octopus is just good base stats, as well as the Sphinx. So they're just good options. I wasn't rolling into stuff I liked. So you just take the highest stats. The Magic Carpet with the Dumbo Octopus and Sphinx work really well. And replay is bugging again. Man. So Hedgehog's a good option too, but when you have high health like we do, we just completely dominate. So not an issue. We're not generally getting ahead of the curve. In these rounds, I was buying weasels my first couple games, and I was like, ooh, let's try to get to 30 gold early. But you actually get to 30 gold pretty quick, so I wouldn't worry about like generating extra gold, like I was saying with the levels and the Lucky Cat. I realized it was less important, and it was more important just getting good tempo units. So Dolphin's a great option, Osprey, obviously Nightcrawler, Flea is an incredible option as well. Even though stuff doesn't have a lot of health, sometimes people will, there's Elephant, put an elephant in the back with a garlic. That's kind of hard to chip through, so a Flea can take care of that. Minotaur is great, or Minotaur is great as well. Not sure which way to say it. A lot of times I say things my own way, and it's wrong. It's very wrong. Flying Fish with summons is scary, but we just stacked our team with all pets that have in-battle abilities, basically. No support units. Figured that's kind of the way to go. Just don't worry about the support units. Get the tempo. We're even skipping Kangaroos at this time. Broaden the Elephant. I can put him in the back if I don't find anything I want to use with it. Just like that. Flea, same thing, in case they have an elephant camel combo. And there's the camel, so might as well. And was rolling for garlic or something, but we'll take the health potion. Health potion? No, love potion. Yeah, health potion. Fortunately, we get weakened, but we have summons. So yeah, it's kind of a funny game. As you get every round, it's not like you don't really have to worry about your team being strong. You just have to worry about maximizing the round. And every round I would go, it's like you're kind of picking a synergy within each round. You have a lot of gold. So at the beginning, it's like you can roll a couple times until you really commit to something. So you can see immediately Tar Camel, it's good. Chilies, we give more stats back. Freeze 2 pairs because if we can get a big unit with Chili or something like that, bring in a Dolphin. Elephant Camel's great. And we have 2 pairs sitting here. Let's just get Big Elephant. Doubt anything will beat that. So the whale's a great option. Hedgehog, Blowfish, incredible. I don't know why they didn't have their elephant in front of their blowfish. Maybe they were concerned about killing it with the hedgehog. But elephant blowfish is probably still better. Yeah, double chili. Don't even need it. It's very nerve-wracking every round, just being like, okay, I need to get something. I need to get something going. So you see me kind of just panic buying. Okay, we got Hedgehog Blowfish, great option. Garlic Pear frozen. Replay's bugged again. So the pug was at 2 health. I just used that pear on the pug so the hedgehog would not faint the pug when the hedgehog goes off. That's what there you go. Now you see the 4 health, and now it's bugged again. And we freeze a whale for next turn. So we got the hedgehog puffer this turn, synergy. I freeze a whale because I figure turn 9, the meta is the turkey and some sort of summon team. The whale's a good unit to go with that. What is happening? We live! They're dead. What comes out of the whale? A tar. Oh, they griefed themselves. Alright. This is just wild. Absolutely wild. Alright, what do? We got whale, we got cow, we got garlic. Yeah, all these things. Committing to big whale. So I'm just banking on finding 3 units I like with 19 gold. That's pretty safe, actually. Whale blobfish, not a bad option. Whale blobfish minotaur. Get the whale 1.5 because the blobfish will get him 2. Blobfish will give him 1.5. The blobfish that comes out of the whale will get Minotaur level 2. It's a good setup. Need something for the backline. Find a macaque. Let's go for it. Would be nice to get some sort of protection on it maybe. And roll into a lemon. Perfect. I don't think we've run into macaque yet because it's still early, but this person griefed his macaque. That's unfortunate. And the Minotaur. And the Garlic Whale. Because you know people are probably going to be running summons. So if you can just get a little stats going on the turn 9, or you just get a turkey summon team. But if you go all straight summons, it's kind of risky. So bring in a Scorpion in the beginning. And I wasn't too sure about that Scorpion because nothing really has stats, right? So let's bring in the Gharial again for another Foam Sword in case we run into a Scorpion. Foam Sword's perfect. And everything has low health, right? There's a macaque and a chocolate. Double Triceratops is a decent option, but that's not kind of what I've committed to here. Even though Triceratops buffing the orangutan that spawns would be good. I wanted the level 2 macaque. That's kind of what I was all in for. And look at this. Bring in the Sabertooth, which spawns the mammoth now. And we get Whale Sabertooth set up. And look, the toys are even bugging in replays. So this is a pretty good setup. They're running a 4 squad with a macaque, but it's only level 1. They have a Puma Foam Sword, Scary, and Dolphin. So tons of snipes. Our lemon is gone. We get our mammoth. Oh, the orang. So basically level 2 macaque just won that for us. That's the power of the level 2 macaque. That's what killed a lot of runs for me. You know, I'd be on like 1 life or 2 lives on turn 10 to 12. And no matter what I did, if I ran into like a level 2 macaque with just something like a turkey wolf or whatnot, 2 other good units, it was pretty much a game ender. So yeah, I was super stoked to get a perfect game on my 3rd run once the toys were fixed. Like I said, I'm going to show a bonus at the end showing kind of like the beginning of the weekly when it first released and the meta team I formed. So you can see this weekly without the toy. It's a double dragon. So we get 50-50 units. And yeah, we'll get some bonus clips in between that. So let's check them out. All right, jumping into a bonus clip, and then we're going to have a final bonus clip that shows, like I said, the beginning, the kind of mess that was the beginning. And then that's going to wrap it up for this video because this weekly seems kind of limited. Not, well, I don't want to use limited, but it's kind of like the same thing over and over, right? The team gets wiped and then it replaced and whatnot. So I wanted to show turn 7 and 8. You kind of go the fun whale combos. I had a really fun blobfish, pufferfish combo, and the pufferfish gets it done. If you get stuff to level 2, it makes a huge difference. So wolf is super strong, tier 5. Nightcrawler is incredibly strong, and you're going to see how strong it is here. Turkey, probably the best unit you can see. Man, the replays are not happy. And yeah, basically we got the turkeys bringing the summons. Take any level up you can get as long as you can afford the next thing. I wanted to save the alpaca for the next round, so let's just bring in the chinchilla. These battles are pretty fun. And luckily we don't lose any of the summons, so I don't think we were punished too much. Look at this Nightcrawler. Just 313. It's funny. It's really strong in this pack if you run the summons. So, like I was saying, within each turn you kind of run a synergy, right? And I was trying to have fun with it at this point. This game was about 3 hours into the weekly, so I figured there's going to be a decent pool of players. And I was like, some turns I was like, alright, let's see if we can get Dragon Scale going. Just any kind of Dragon Scale. And I wanted to have fun with Peach of Immortality. So I was freezing those and using them because you had so much gold. I figured if you had a high roll game with them, it could probably pop off and do some work. Macaque obviously super strong. Wolf. All those units, anytime you see them, pretty much just freeze them. 3 hearts, 7 wins, so it's a decent, yeah, level 2 tar, right? With the snake. It's just ridiculous. Pretty much a waste to do the dragon scaling, but I was like, let's have fun with it. And when I'd have turns like this, when I'd get a level 2 macaque right away, I was like, should I just like try to 2-squat it or something like that for the turn? But all these things show up and you just figure, alright, I want the game to keep going. And yeah, one thing that I really enjoyed doing was stocking up chocolates. It's something that you could pretty much do and get away with. So only a level 1 turkey, but that's fine. Got the macaque. You're gonna see the power here. They have a macaque, but it's nothing compared to our macaque. Big old orangutan. It's close, but it's kind of how these games go. You just kind of bring a bunch of stuff in. So this turn, I wanted to get fancy with it. I saw these flying fish. I had the chocolate. It's like, all right, level 2 flying fish. Let's make it work. Let's get a coconut. I don't know. And then 2 alpacas show up, so you have to take them, right? And I forgot that they work on each other, so I was like, oh, I was planning on getting like a level 2 macaque right away. It's like, okay, I got to take half chocolates on 2 things. And I was rolling down for a level up, and I didn't find one. So we run the 4 squad, which is fine because we have the macaque. And run into a very well set up level 2 turkey summon team. So I think it's no shot on this one. Yeah, absolutely no shot. But that's fine. Didn't really want to win on that one anyway. Want to have some fun with it. Can we have some fun with it? And this is interesting coming up here. So another reason I'm showing this run. Even though we're kind of hammering the macaque. But wolf fly, super strong. White tiger's incredibly strong. White tiger level up. Get the turkey. And there's another fly. So off the macaque. And you have so much gold every round, you can just kind of play around and do this. So now we have 3 units stacked on top of each other. Come on, replays. There we go. So I sold one of the flies because I knew I wasn't going to level it up. And yeah, all these things show up in the shop. So I figure this team's super strong. We have another really strong team. And look at what we run into. They don't have the broom. So even though this is 3 hours in, there's still a couple teams in here. I said something in the Discord about this, and hopefully it's all cleaned up pretty soon after. And the surprising thing is, with the turkey fly combo and all that, we're actually not too far off. Like, we got through their huge units. They had 50-50s. So, yeah, it's pretty funny. So, a couple rolls for greed for the level 2 turkey, but don't need it, so don't need it yet, I guess. And yeah, bring in a bunch of summon units again, level 2 turkey. It's kind of perfectly set up for snake, so let's get a toy. Bring the snake in, and I think you know what's going to happen, because when you get to this point, freeze all the good units in the chocolate just in case. But what a strong turn. We run into a kind of strong team. We get a couple saber-tooth triggers, so our mammoth is a decent size. And our snake's chipping away. We kill their snake in the back. They had a kangaroo set up with summons. We have a little more stats than them with our level 2 turkey, so we just chip through. And this is the weekly. This is how it goes. So that being said, let's get into the final bonus showing the madness of the beginning when the broom did not exist. I had a double dragon setup that I got a 50-50 team. Super fun, but that wasn't the weekly. I was part of the problem. So let's get into it. All right, final bonus here. Like I said, this was the same weekly. Here's the pack. It's the same weekly pack before the toy was out. So it was like, didn't quite work right. This is the first week. I think Team Wood's doing this special kind of toy weekly. I think they're calling it Wacky Weekly. I don't know. It's going to be in the title. But yeah, basically on turn, I think 10 or so, we had double dragon set up with only 5 wins. And as soon as I had double dragon set up, I just started scaling to the moon, but only to a certain point because I got both of the dragons to level 2. So I've kind of just been hanging in there for a while. But yeah, we've been winning. We still have 1 life buffer. And look at the stats. I mean, this skunk is at 33-34. It's just not fair getting double dragon. And it was awkward because I think I started running into people with the toy. No toy. But look, you can see they have no stats, right? Because dragon's pretty much the only scaling. So if you don't get dragon, and this is only turn 14, right? Double dragon, scaling to the moon. So I felt so bad once I got through, or once it got updated and I realized what was going on. Because even after they added the toy, you had teams with the toy where their teams were getting wiped out every single time. You'd go against these teams that were already in the pool. So my team here was in the pool, and I'm sure teams for like 10-15 minutes were just getting absolutely smashed by this team. And they're like, how does he have such a big team? Like, they're probably like, how do you get rid of the toy? So I know there were a lot of complaints on this pack in the beginning, and some people do not like the concept of this at all, which I understand. But yeah, I think it's pretty fun. I really wanted to get 50-50 on everything here. Like, I thought this was the weekly, so I was like, dude, I did it. I was like, I got the meta here. Instead of going for a good unit, I was hoping for another tier 1. I think they had 2 tier 1s on their team, but we got the 50-50 anyway, so that was pretty pointless. I pretty much knew I was going to win anyway. And yeah, it's just so funny. So this is not what the weekly is, but this is what I experienced my very first game in the weekly. And yeah, you can see they have a level 2 dragon, but if you don't have double dragon, turn 15, couple 50-50s, got no chance against this. So Anyway, all goofing aside, if you hung around this long, I really do appreciate it. I've been working hard to improve the audio quality of my videos. We updated the artwork of the pets. We got rid of screen shake a while ago. We're doing things that are hopefully making the content better and better bit by bit. If you enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe. Have a fantastic day. We'll catch you in the next one.